gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters, I would like to call this meeting to order. My name is Aliya Shaykhina and I'm your Toastmaster today. First of all, I wanted to greet those of you who are newcomers to the club, and hopefully you'll learn a little bit more about what Toastmasters is and how our meetings are structured, and you'll be able to join our regular meetings and maybe even join the club. Toastmasters is an international not-for-profit organization that's based in California, United States. It was first started in 1924, and it has over 15,000 clubs around the world with lots of members. I believe there are over 90,000. Right. Anyway, we have three clubs in Kazakhstan. Two of them are in Astana, and one of them here in Almaty. We're the only official Toastmasters club in Almaty. We started in December 2013 as an official club, but it was run without being official for about 8 or 9 years by our president, Tom Barkowski, who's not present today. So Toastmasters is all about practicing public speaking, and through that developing your communication and leadership skills, if we put it in a nutshell. I personally came here because I was a shy girl who was afraid to talk in public, and now look at me 10 years later, still shy, still nervous, but got a better grasp of things. The experts say, public speaking experts and trainers say that the best and the only way to become better at public speaking is to overcome your fear and just come up here and start talking. What Toastmasters is all about is about creating a friendly atmosphere for you to be evaluated by your fellow peers here, by your fellow Toastmasters, in a friendly and positive environment. So the feedback we give here to our club members is always positive. Keep the negative for a face-to-face conversation. What members get, we have, our treasurer Greg might confirm, but we have, I believe, 19 members or 21. It keeps changing as we renew our membership, but that's an average number of regular members. You can always come here as a guest, but as a member, you would really, truly get a chance to develop yourself, and you would get education materials. There are 2 booklets, Competent Communicator and Communication booklet and Competent Leadership booklet. And we encourage you to go over these booklets at the end of the meeting and learn more about the benefits of being in the club. So before we begin, I wanted to ask our leadership team to introduce themselves and their role in the club, because this club essentially has the same leadership team as the founding membership, I believe, and we've tried our best to keep this club running and making sure we're here to help you develop. And I believe some of the founding members are here. Greg, do you want to start with your role and maybe explain?
Hi everybody, my name is Greg Lever. I'm the treasurer of the club. So my responsibility is primarily to collect the money when it's due every 6 months, and also to keep control of the outgoings, which is what we spend, which is not lots. It's quite easy.
Thank you. So if you're an official member, you get a certificate once you complete all the speeches and projects, and actually that could be part of your resume. It's a professional it's a recognized international certification. We have also our Sergeant of Arms, Ilyas Batyrov, and to introduce your role.
Hello everyone, my name is Ilyas. I'm Sergeant of Arms. I'm responsible for the stuff which you see on the tables, like pens and signs. And also, I ask you to put your mobile phones on silence mode. And in case of the fire, follow me. I know the short road to the street. Thank you.
Thank you. What will you do if the phone starts starts ringing. We have this. And we have, so maybe our members, regular members, could stand up and make themselves visible so that whoever's new could ask questions, and that includes our leadership team. Sid, maybe your names, quickly state your names.
My name is Asid. I am Asid. Go on. Żegra.
Yes.
Right. Greg, also a member.
Dawid.
Dawid. So just take a second to look at the faces and make sure at the end of the meeting you can come up to any one of our members and ask any questions you have, right? And complain as well. Thank you. So these regular meetings are run through the help. I'm sorry. I'm also the public relations officer, and along with Ola Kim, who's the vice president of membership, we're responsible for making sure the wider audience outside is aware of our club. And Ola's role is to expand our membership and make sure our members are, keeping up. And also we have vice president of education, Begzot Hakimov, who's not here. He's responsible for tracking the progress of our members. And making sure all the speeches are complete. But that's up to them to introduce themselves next time, so sorry. Thank you. All right, reminding about the other leadership team. So our regular meetings are run through the help of a team, and thanks to their efforts, the meeting can flow in an appropriate way and in a smooth fashion. And I would like to ask our counter today, Arelim Banagaeva, to introduce her role and
Good evening, everyone. My role as an accountant is to count any inappropriate sounds like R, and other filler words. I will listen you carefully, and I will give you short reports about your filler words. Thank you. Enjoy the meeting.
Our grammarian today, Gauhar Janusova, will introduce the word of the day, its meaning, and also her role. Gauhar, please.
Hi everyone, we're grammarian tonight. It's exactly what it sounds like. I will report on interesting and effective use of language and also on any grammatical errors, because speaking in public is very important, and if you are good at delivering your speech but your grammar is not so good, you're not going to make a good impression. I will introduce the phrase of the day, which is to play your cards right. So I know Greg loves playing cards. If you play your cards right, it means you're doing the right thing, and you will become successful. So often people use this phrase as encouragement or advice. It's written on the agenda, and you can have a look. There are examples as well. If you play your cards right, he might ask you to marry him. I didn't come up with that. Or if you play your cards right, you might get a new promotion. So try to incorporate the phrase of the day into your speech tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. That's a very interesting phrase, so hopefully everybody's going to play their cards right by coming up here and practicing public speaking. Our timer tonight is Andrei Reshetnikov, and you want to introduce your role.
I don't like the word timer. I prefer timekeeper. So timer reminds me of watches, clocks, and I'm a person, not a mechanism. As your timekeeper tonight, I will count your time. I'll have your time. Are you scared? No. I have no idea. But no worries, I'll give you time back to you in a sort of report. Yeah. I have cards, 3 cards. First is green one, means that you reach the minimum amount of time limit. Then I have I can show you the yellow one, which means that you have a good job and please continue. And when I show you a red card, it means that you need to stop, but not abruptly though. You need to wrap up your speech and try to conclude your speech. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, as Andrei mentioned, time is important for us in our daily lives, and as we learn leadership skills here, it's very important that, from keeping your speech short, I struggle with that. I always go over time with everything. So we're still learning here, but time is important. And being on time for our meetings, as well as being on time elsewhere, is also important. So the tip of the day would be keep on time, respect everybody else's time, and with that, I wanted to ask you to do a round. We're going to do a round of introductions. We're going to learn who's here tonight. So I wanted to ask you to provide your name. We'll go start with Asel. And also I wanted to ask you, think of the first thing that comes to your mind when you say, how do you define time? So when I say, what is time for me, the first phrase that comes to me, it's never enough. Okay, so your name, Aliyah, time, it's never enough. Okay, so Asel, it's never late. Okay, thank you. So,
Arrival. Time is flying.
Great, thank you.
Yegor, time is life.
Great.
Time is
Precious.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Time. I also need 25 hours.
That's great. Thank you.
Go hard. I think time should be used effectively.
Great.
Lisa, time deadline.
Clearly somebody under pressure now. Thank you.
My name is Irina, and I use the time is for me it's writing all the time.
I think the time is priceless.
Beautiful. Sorry, what's your name?
What's the question?
How do you define time? What's the first thing that comes to your mind when somebody says time? Time is money, it's never enough, it's precious.
I don't know
Flying.
Huh?
Не знаю еще.
Okay, thank you. That's an answer for you.
Time completes
Thank you.
all my life.
Okay, so you share your newest point. Time is life. Okay, thank you.
My name is Roy. The time is action, it's our life. So we need to.
Great.
The time you enjoy wasting is not a waste of time.
John Lennon, thank you.
Time is, I love my time.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Time for me is money.
Oh, okay.
My name is Ronald, as I was talking about time zones.
Thank you.
Whose time is it?
Thank you.
The first thing that comes to mind is time is never enough.
Oh, same. Okay, that's fine.
And time goes fast.
Agree.
Thanks, Nadia. If you respect other people's time, that means you play your cards right.
Thank you. That counts.
My name is Almas. Time is a big resource, as we should appreciate and value it. And when we are young, we have so much time, and when we become older, we have no more time. So we need to appreciate it when we are young, especially.
Yeah.
Time goes very fast, that's why we have to make sure that we have to make right decision on right time.
Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Evgen. Of course, time is treasure. A big bulge of money back is equal with time.
Thank you.
Good evening, I'm Jaga, and I think time for me is one of the important things. It's the last meeting.
My name is Asian, and time is memory. Make memories while you are young.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Anthea. I think it's important to be at the right time, at the right place.
Oh, that's a
Hello, my name is Nogan, and time is the future.
Oh, that's unusual.
Hello, my name is Nursultan. First association that comes to my mind is Molex, simply the best.
Hello everyone, my name is Toria. For me, time is action.
Hello, my name is Elias. Time, first word is send.
Sent?
Yes.
My name is Andrei. For me, time is a word with 4 letters in it, right? 1, 2, 3, 4.
As I said, my name is Daoud. Time for me is everything. Time above all. Long live the time.
Well, I just wanted to complete maybe Greg's notes. You've seen that everybody's defined time completely different. There were some similarities. It means we're psychologically closer to those people, actually. And Greg, time flies, but you're the pilot. I wanted to make sure that we all end on a positive note this round. So,
Pessimist and optimist here.
I had a training on time management, actually many, but one of them said, whatever way you define time is actually your present state of mind and how you use it. So remember how you defined it right now. Everybody had a different definition. And actually some time later, you'll define it differently. So track it and make a note of it. So just a tip. That's the second tip of the day. So now we'll start with our first part of our Toastmasters regular meeting. We have an interesting session today. We have one prepared speaker, Nursultan, who's going to be giving an icebreaker speech. And we will also have what we call a spotlight speaker. So one of our members or one of the guests we're going to be inviting occasionally to give a speech. And Ilyas, who has completed the Communicators booklet, 10 speeches project. He's actually been the first one in our club to do that, so give a round of applause to Ilyas for doing that. And we're volunteering tonight to give us a speech and give some tips on public speaking. So before going on, I wanted to introduce you our first speaker. Let me just quickly read through some of the things that he enjoys so we get to know him better. The purpose of an icebreaker speech is for us, the members of the club and some of the regular visitors, to get to know the speaker and potential member better. Nursultan Ziabekov is going to give his first speech. He noted that his favorite book is Godfather. His favorite movie is Batman: The Dark Knight Rises. His dream job is to work as a consultant at McKinsey. If you have anybody you know, just make sure you point him. He currently works at the Olympic Committee of the 28th Winter Universiade of Almaty in Almaty 2017. So, without further ado, please help me welcome Nursultan Ziabekov.
So, good evening, dear ladies and gentlemen. The first thing that I was asked to do is to read the chapter about the ice-breaking speech. And the recommendation that I found out there was to give some information about my background, interests, and my ambitions. Today I'd like to scope on my background firstly. Most of my speech will be about my background. So my name is Nursultan. I was born in 12th April at 1992. I still remember that really hot day. It was really sunny day. And you know, I still remember how doctor and nurses were suspiciously smiling at me. At that moment I realized the whole drama of the situation. And I cried out, "Oh God, come on, did you really made me to be born in Shymkent?" Of course, doctor and nurses did not answer me, because they did not understand me, and they just watched me crying. I was really crying there. However, as soon as I was placed onto the breast of my mom, I changed my mind. I understood that I was given the best mom that anyone could have. Her name is Alima, and she is the most beautiful and kind woman I know. Later on, when I was 1 and 4 months old, my mom gave birth to my little brother. I think that was my happiest moment, even though I don't remember that. His name is Mirman, and he's now 22 years old. In 1994, unfortunately, we lost our father. He got a car accident and died. As doctors later found out, his broken rib penetrated his liver, and that left us without father. You know, that situation made me to rethink about the role of women. And I understood that women are not so weak and soft, and if it is needed, they can become much stronger than we are. My mother raised us in the best way she can, and I'm really thankful for that. As I grew on, my responsibility for my family was growing with me also. That motivated me to read more, to develop myself, and grow up faster. I really loved to read. And I still remember when I was only 6 years old, I was really hardly trying to read only one word, reklama, that appears between movies and news. And it was really hard for me at first. And now, for me, the best gift is the book. In 2005, I was accepted to the Kazakh-Turkish Higher Lyceum School, and 5 years over there were amazing. It was really funny experience for me. We lived in the dormitory, and there was one very funny situation. The guys who are older than we, one day they were very angry at our vice director, and to express their anger, they did not choose to write petition or go to him and say that they are angry at him. What they decided to do, they thought that the best solution to express their anger was to throw a vacuum cleaner from the 5th floor of the dormitory at his car. And you know, the back window of his car got smashed. It was really funny at that moment, and still is. In 2010, Bolashach was still out there. Moreover, Nazarbayev University just announced about the enrollment for foundation course. Initially, I was planning to apply to the US and study there. However, I decided with my classmates to try and to go through these entrance exams. And luckily, I got 3 scholarships. One from the Bolashach, the second from the Nazarbayev University, and this third one from Satpayev. Politech is the best, yeah? And to get these 3 scholarships was not easy for me. I went through 4 official English tests. I spent a lot of time having fun and less preparing. That's why it was really hard for me to get there. Even though I got scholarship to study abroad in Satpayev University, I chose to stay in EU. I got my bachelor's degree in international relations and political sciences. And now I'm working in the organizing directorate of the 28th Winter University in Almaty in the international relations department. What can I tell about my interest is that I'm really interested in getting more and more knowledge. I personally believe that more knowledge you have, more freedom you will have. And about my ambitions is that I want to serve to my country, as I previously said to you, but I did not yet decide the way, the path to choose, whether to work in government or as a business person to provide workplaces.
Thank you very much, Nursultan. It's sometimes not only difficult to come out here and speak in public, but also share some personal stories you might still be emotional about. But thank you for your courage. Please give another round of applause for Nursultan to share his story. And now we'll go to Ilyas Batyrov, our club leaders, and as I mentioned, he's been the first, pioneer in our club, and we're very grateful to Astana Toastmasters Club, who we stole him from. And he always was so enthusiastic, coming up with ideas and sharing all the secrets that Astana Toastmasters had from us. So please help me in welcoming Ilyas Batyrov as he gives us important public speaking tips.
Thank you again. As I understood, someone don't clap today, yes? I saw some tip, like first one, to increase the consciousness of public, we should clap in one rhythm. It will increase your consciousness. Just repeat with me. Try to catch the rhythm, you know? Do you understand it? Yes, like. No. With me? Okay. What's up? What's wrong with you guys? Again. Great. And it's very useful, and there's a lot of benefit when you're clapping. Do you know that we have nerves here? Yes or no? No? We have here a lot of nerves, and when we are clapping, it improves our health. You know, just let's try again. Okay? We can help it. And first of all, I wrote down like 3 or 4 speeches today, like to sell my training, to make a tips and so on and so on. And I thought that I will just stay here and recognize what should I do. It's like it will be impromptu speech. And what do you interested in the public speaking? What you really want to know? And I think the first one that's come to the mind is the fear of public speaking. Please raise hand who have the fear of public speaking. 1, 2, not at all. And these guys, what about you? Do you have a fear? Yes. No? Okay, come here. Okay, what is your name? Yarno? Hello, Yarno. Could you say like a few words about yourself?
Well, hello everyone, my name is Yanor and I'm 21 years old, studying Narcos. And it's my last graduate year, and yesterday I found internship in Beeline.
Okay, great, thank you. Thank you very much. What? Have you seen that he stayed here like, and there is no any like eye contact, he loses the eye contact and the body language. Do really he like do this, you know? It was necessary, what do you think? Is it necessary? When you stayed here and you're doing like, you know, this one, like this. Have you seen it? Have you seen it? Please raise a hand who understand what about I'm talking. Yeah? Okay, why it happened? What do you think? Okay, why did this happen? Why we doing like this or stay here or like, you know, and when you stay, you want to like fall down. Why?
Because he was nervous.
Because he's nervous, but he said he was not nervous.
Like he's lying. It's like when you're doing like this, it's like you're lying.
You are lying?
Yeah.
Did you lie to us? Did you lie to us?
Like he lied first of all. Like...
No. Why we do this? Because it's unconsciousness. We don't know where we should put our hands, you know? Every human being have this unconscious when you do something and don't realize it. Like doing this, or like staying like this, you know? And when I say to my like students what you should do, you have some like base where you should like basement for your arms, you know, the normal condition where your arms should be. Like when you don't use your body language, your arms, you should have some gesture, like Angela Merkel. Do you know? And she's staying like this, and she doing this, and this is like her basement position of the hands, and everyone should have. Do you know Steve Jobs? What his position of hands?
Signature gesture.
He was like doing this. Do you understand what I'm talking? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, great. And I teach others to recognize that you should have, like for example, guitar stays like this, someone staying like this, someone staying like this, someone just staying like this. And I give some like exercise to understand and recognize what most comfortable position of hand do you use. This is one tip for you. If you don't know where you should put your hands, you can put it here. This is normal. Or here. This is one. It's like first tip. And about eye contact. When someone speaking like this and doing like want to pay attention to this, like side of the room, and they doing like that, you know, and doing like that. It's not so it's not so good appropriate, because for example, please stand up. When you're speaking with someone, you know, like there's someone and I'm saying, hello, how are you? What do you do? And so on, and I'm just, and what about you? How are you? You know, it's a little bit not comfortable for you, yes? Please sit down. Why? What do you mean? When you're staying here and you won't pay attention to this or this side, you know, should do like only this, you know, and you know that try to turn your whole body, like you're speaking from your heart. You're saying to him, or you're saying to him, to her, or to him, just like that. Because it's not so good when you're just being, okay, it's great, and how are you? You know, and you should pay attention. This second tip. And what about fear? I want just like give you a few tips how to avoid the fear of a public speaking. The most like simple, just ask yourself, what what worst can happen? Most bad thing can happen. Go hard, write it down. Worst thing can happen. Okay, just I ask you, when you come here and start to delivering your speech, what worst thing can happen here?
You forget what you had to say. It's silent.
Silent. You don't know what to say.
You forget what you wanted to say.
Okay. Again. One more.
Someone threw a pen to you.
Chairs, yes.
Chairs.
Pens. Okay. What else? Sorry.
Whispering to.
Whispering. What else?
I think the worst thing would be to pee your pants.
Okay, like as an option. What else? What else? What scares you? That's all?
Rotten tomatoes.
Rotten tomatoes. Yeah. Who did bring tomatoes today? Like.
I brought, but they're not rotten, so I won't throw it to you.
Okay, throw it. Actually, just recognize that our fear is not real. And whispering, of course, whisper. And what's that? It will not hurt me. What else? What else can happen? I just can't forget words, okay? I just can't stay here and just... okay.
No, I know what can happen. Someone can go and throw you out.
Yeah, really?
No? Possibly.
No, I just want to explain you that there is no any fear or scare what can happen. It's just our imagination. Like, we have like theory. Do you know the first fear of a human being? Like, what human being scares most?
Death.
Death, yes, right. And on the second place?
Public speaking.
Public speaking. And why it's happened? Because in theory we have like theory that, do you know that we was like cavemen, yes? And we lived in caves and in like one big crowd and tribe, and someone go to the hunting and someone prepare food and so on. And when community not agree with you or just like, or you're escaping the community, it means that you will die. But now it's not true, because now you can live your life alone. You don't need anyone, any community. You can work with internet and like order food. Do you understand what I'm talking? Okay, it's already red sign. Really, I want to say you that you should come here, stand up on your foot and just delivering speech. There is nothing which can scare you, and if you want to become the better speaker, just come and practice.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ilyas. Well, we can always rely on Ilyas coming up here and providing us important feedback and guidelines. We had only one prepared speaker tonight, Nur Sultan, because Ilyas will not be judged. No rotten tomatoes for Ilyas tonight. Sorry, Nur Sultan. Only for you, but... So evaluation is an important part of Toastmasters regular meetings, where our peers actually give feedback, and evaluators are experienced Toastmasters, and today we have our regular member, our team leader, Daulet Mukanov, evaluating Nur Sultan's speech. Thank you.
So Nur Sultan, you were our only speaker and I will be your only evaluator. I want to congratulate, as we always do, for your giving your first speech. It was very inspiring for all of us. You had a very good level of energy. It shows that you were very confident. relaxed, and the humor in the beginning of your speech really helped us to, to warm up, to really break the ice for the audience. Also, I would like to say that it's very rare, but you had very good structure, and you had the body, introduction, and the conclusion. And you almost abstained from using your notes. You only watched it once or twice, which was okay. But according to the task, you were recommended to use them. But it's always good not to use them, and you succeeded in doing that. I also want to, and I bet the majority of the audience want also to. We also appreciate your personal, even intimate moments from your life. I know it was hard for you to say them, because many of us experienced heavy ordeals in our life, and it's not very pleasant to say them. The main task for you was to introduce yourself to us, to say some personal moments, and you did it, as I said before, very well. Also, your level of speech, your level of English manifested your good, decent preparation. And what else I would like to recommend you? That in the beginning maybe you didn't notice, but the eye contact, you weren't watching at me or other members, but at the end you became kind of more comfortable. And I would recommend you to use this tip, just to look everyone in the eye. It makes yourself and very confident, and the audience will respond accordingly to that. Also, the conclusion was a bit, from my point of view, was a bit abrupt. Well, because it was, we had a discussion with Andrei, because according to the, according to the book, our manual, you have from 4 to 6 minutes. But according to our agenda, it's 5 minutes. So it was kind of hard, probably, for you to really understand how much time do you have. And I know it's very hard, the hardest moment, yes, for you to manage the time allowed to your speech. So in the end, I would say great job. Keep on going. You have a very good level of English. Only thing you need is just practicing. Good luck.
That was me preparing the agenda, so I do apologize, Sultan. Our icebreakers are the longest, one of the longest speeches, and you have 4 to 6 minutes indeed. So that 1 minute I stole from you. I'm ready to bake you a cake. So I don't know if some of you who came later, you should have all received ballots and brief evaluation forms like this. These are usually just for the members, but tonight we wanted to introduce them. The top ones are given for you to give feedback, and that should be face-to-face, so preferably, first speaker, second speaker. First speaker was Nur Sultan, second speaker was Ilyas. And if you have some a moment right now to just, write a couple of sentences, maybe great job, wonderful. It was Aliyah who stole 1 minute from your speech, Nur Sultan. She's the one who's terrible. So it's the first two. And if you want to, basically we have ballots for voting for the best evaluator and the best speaker. We only had 1 speaker and 1 evaluator. So congratulations, Nur Sultan and Dawlian, for winning by default, by having the courage and volunteering tonight. So please feel free to write their names. They'll, I'm sure they'll frame it and put it somewhere. But take a minute while we're preparing our second part of this, the meeting. Yeah, and it's possible to tier them. Do you have them? Do you have these? Yeah. Okay. We can just pass around. So yeah, they are tearable. They are perforated. You have 30 seconds more. So just the first two parts. You have 5 seconds. 2, 1. Put your pens down. Just kidding. This is no exam. Well, before we move on to our second part of the meeting tonight, which some of our members and guests find very exciting because they finally get a chance to participate as well, I wanted to make sure that everybody's comfortable with the fact that tonight's meeting is filmed. So whoever is going to come up here, you are going to be somewhere in the wild, wild web. So people are going to find you and let us know if you have any problem with that. Actually, let Greg know, he's the editor of those videos. He's going to cut you out and make life difficult for him. So if you have any objectives, come up to Greg after the meeting and let us know. And also, are there any newcomers? Is there anybody who came here for the first time? No? Oh, okay, then I shouldn't have explained what Toastmasters. Oh, we have a newcomer. Okay. Just a quick tip that you can leave your contact details with us at the end of the meeting, or you can also fill out on toastmasters.kz. Thanks to Shokan, our webmaster, we have sign up for the newsletters there. So it's on, I believe, on Contact Us or the blogs part. On the right side, you can fill out your email, your telephone number, so that we could keep updating you about our upcoming meetings. And this is also a chance for you to volunteer during the second part of the meeting. It's called impromptu speeches. Basically, public speaking and life in general is not rehearsed, right? Today you saw 2 speakers. Well, Ilyas probably didn't really rehearse anything. He's natural about it. But usually prepared part of the meeting is something we've practiced and rehearsed. And spontaneous is the most powerful part of the meeting, I believe, where in life sometimes you have unforeseen circumstances where somebody says, could you give a toast and wish a happy birthday to Ilyas today, right? And you need to come up with something witty most of the time. And I dreaded those moments when I was a child. That's why I'm here to practice it, and still am. So this exciting session is hosted by Asiel Dusinbekova, who volunteered, and she's our table topics master. And her topic is Oscars. Please help me welcome Asiel Dusinbekova. Hi guys, thank you. Yesterday, as you know, was Oscar ceremony in Los Angeles, and Leonardo DiCaprio eventually got his Oscar. And I think he played his cards right and deserved that reward. Tonight I'm going to tell you about the history of Oscar. So, Oscar Award is the most prestigious award ceremony of Hollywood, held on an annual basis. It has assumed the shape of a mega event, and everyone associated directly or indirectly with Hollywood eagerly wait for the Oscar night. The popularity of Academy Awards has created with the passing time. Looking back into the history of Oscars, we see that the awards were the brainchild of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, formed in 1927. The formation of the Academy was a collaborative effort of 36 most prominent individuals of the motion picture industry. And here's my first question, who will be volunteering to answer. Please.
What is the question?
Okay. just as an exception, but next time I will just pick a person and the person should answer. What do you think why Leo DiCaprio didn't get the Oscar for a long time? So, don't yet?
There are maybe dozen of versions why he didn't get the reward because of his origin, and many people say that if you are not a Jew you won't get the Oscars, but I don't think it's true. I think it's just it's a coincidence, tragic coincidence of the fact that he didn't get, because he well deserved it, and he showed, starting from the Titanic and all over to the Revenant, I think he matured himself as a good actor, and I think in the end, even if you've seen this last movie, have you seen it, like The Revenant? It was interesting, but at the same time, the plot was, for me, is kind of weak. But at the same time, I think he was given his reward. In order, we say, по совокупности means when you've done your job, and if you pile up your good work, and in the end you will given the reward that you deserve. So I think that's the main thing of today's Oscars, is demonstrate that it's very clear, just judging of Hollywood, and it again demonstrated that the Hollywood, the Oscars, is one of the best movie producing agency in the world. So
let's continue. Film actor Douglas Fairbanks was chosen as the first president of the Academy. The main purpose behind the establishment of the award was to honor the talented artists of the motion picture industry. The first Academy Award ceremony was organized on May 16, 1929 at the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel, away from the public eye. It was a very private affair with only 270 people as guests. The awards were given in the banquet set up at the hotel's Blossom Room. The tickets for the guest tickets cost only $5. So my second question will be, what's your favorite movie and why? Simple question. Okay.
My favorite movie is like Fight Club. You know, have you seen it?
Yeah.
Fight Club.
Ah, yes.
Yes, it was the Brad Pitt. Yeah, and Edward Norton. Yes, and I really like it because for me it was like something unusual. You know, I saw their like philosophy, and I have like one speech which relates to this movie, and I really like it because. They say that now we don't have like any Great Depression, you know, any great war like in previous generations. We are living in comfort, and what we're doing it not for surviving, you know. We have everything now: water, food, safety, family, and so on. And what we're living for now is just doing like to have some more fun stuff, you know, to travel, like to dance, to listen music, to go somewhere, to like some extreme games, anything which give out like joy. But the basic needs we already have, and they said that we're forgetting about this, and we became like somebody like in depression because of a boring life. And I really understand that we don't appreciate what we have now, and we need some like extreme, some problems, some needs, and so on, and we create this. And the whole marketing system and everything in our age is about like giving them something what we really don't need. Like we go to work, we hate to buy things we don't need, to impress people we don't like. And I really like this quotation because if just recognize that we now have everything what we want. And I like the philosophy, and I like the movie. I read also like book on Russian and English, and now what I like how they movie is better than the book, and even writer recognized it.
Okay.
Answer.
Of course.
That's when I realized that I really like a little bit Soviet Union films, and I don't know correctly translation, but Moscow doesn't believe it's Yes, you're all like. It's so sincere, and it seems really true. Then just one girl in one big city could face the problems, and she is alone, and the drama is so true, and I really enjoy to see the relationship of Katya and the real man Zhora, I suppose to think. And it was like, for me, as a romantic person, it was like the best candidate of the man when he just explaining him in 2 days, and just take out just to dinner, to prepare dinner for her, and just so true and natural films that makes happy me every time that I watch this film. That's all.
So next, the first Oscar ceremony comprised of 12 categories, apart from 2 special honors. The awards were meant to honor people responsible for cinematic achievements in 1927 and 1928. There was a very little element of surprise at the first Oscar awards ceremony, as the names of the winners had been declared 3 months in advance. The entire affair was an elongated one, filled with speeches. However, Douglas Fairbanks, the Academy president, made the work of the handing of the statuettes to the winners pretty quick. And here's my next question, and I want someone to volunteer because it's like a secret question. And who will be? Okay, Mohammed, please. Thank you. Pretend that you are Matthew McConaughey, who won the Oscar for the Best Actor for his performance in Dallas Buyers Club in the 86th Academy Awards. He commented his winning that without the support of wife, he couldn't take the awards. The question is, what is the role of wife or lovely woman in man's life?
First of all, the question is too hard to answer, but I guess I can share you with my own opinion. What is life for in our life? Like there is like a kind of expression that is called like no life without wife. Okay. Then like wife is the most important person in our life, and wife the only person that can guide us the way that we can get success or unsuccess. And your question was without he was getting his award without his wife, yes? The question was like...
Because of his wife's support.
It was because of his wife's support, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, also as I mentioned, you know, a wife can... it's the main part of our life, and a wife can show us the best way to us. And as I mentioned, wife is life, no life without wife.
The first, maybe someone wants to answer this question. It's not just about life and life, about a lovely woman. You know your work.
Why not? The question was, what is the wife's role
What's the
in
role?
husband's success?
No, what's the role of woman in a man's life? It can be a lovely woman or a wife.
Oh, okay. Well, I think I remember I once shared on my Facebook account the one commercial. Basically, the meaning of that commercial is any great success comes from great support. So basically, whenever someone gets successful, that doesn't mean that person could do it by himself only. So every time there is someone who contributed to his success or who supported him while on his way to that success. So especially wife, the role of the wife in husband's success, I guess because of every time she's next to him, so every time, because life sometimes is not so easy, very, very difficult, you face the challenges and you can get really depressed, and at that time, if your wife could really understand you and encourage you, support in order for you not to give up. So I guess that's a very crucial moment and very important for any person to get through the difficult times and to ultimately achieve the goal. So that's fine.
Okay, next. The first Oscar for Best Actor was bagged by German tradition Emil Jennings. The actor had to return to Europe before the ceremony, and so he requested the Academy to give him the award early. His request was accepted, making his statuette the very first Academy Award to be ever presented. And my next question is, who will be volunteers? It's again like a secret question. Okay, what's your name? Thomas. Thomas? Thomas, pretend that you are Johnny Depp. And
beautiful and happy man, yeah.
And the question, I'm like interviewing you. Who's your celebrity crush? And
you mean crush like love crush?
in life. Do you have
Have you ever had this experience?
What do you mean, which crush? I didn't get it. You mean like in a relationship?
Maybe in your career.
Crush like failure.
Yeah.
Okay. What is my crush as a crush of Johnny Depp?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not the fan of Johnny Depp. I know, I suppose he played in this Caribbean Pirates something. And I think it's the only film that I know that he played. And actually, I don't know what is his crush in any other film, so I just had maybe, let's change maybe an actor because I don't really know him.
Just pretend that you are.
Okay, I'm Johnny. Okay, I will just make a fantasy that I was Johnny. Okay, I'm Johnny Depp, and I had some. Okay, let's say I had an appointment, first appointment, when I wanted to make this first video. You know, when I was not so popular, I just went to casting. That was my worst film ever. Okay, imagine I came I have 16 years old. I came to the group of people, so who is this guy? What he wanna talk us? So I was so scary, and I should play actually some action play, yeah, for some movie, and I should show that I'm a very strong, so confident policeman, and I just started to cry. And actually that's why it was so sincere, and actually that's why they hired me to this film, but not for this role, but for another one. So that it was just pure fantasy. But I just wanted to say that if you play your cards well, you could win another role, even better. That was role of policeman, that was just second role. I won the first role. So play your cards well.
The award for the best actors went to Janet Gaynor for Seventh Heaven, Street Angel and Sunrise. Maybe someone watched that film. There were 2 awards in direction for dramatic picture and comedic picture, won by Frank Borzage and Lewis Millstone respectively. And my next question will be to a girl, I think, Kuralai. It's again like I'm interviewing you as a star. You are Angelina Jolie. Oh my God. Again. Yes. My question, you and Brad Pitt consisted in civil marriage for 10 years. What was the reason of postponing official marriage?
So I must answer yes.
You have
I have to first. So you know, me and Brad Pitt, we live together. So first we thought that maybe it's just a time to just maybe check, to try our relationships. But after some time, you know, most of men do like that. He just forgot about just asking me to marry him. So we took 2 children. After the 3rd, after that I bear the child, then 2 again, but he didn't ask. So I had no idea what to do. So he even wanted to be back to Aniston. Of course, it was awful. Maybe I need the time to have 10 children. I didn't know. Then after that, I just forced him to do it because I said I will not. You know, I'm a world person. Regisseur, how it's in English? Director. Now I'm director. I'm making films, and I said you will never be an actor in my film, and I'm going to be a director. So he was afraid, I suppose, and he loved me, and he just yes, he was afraid to lose a role, maybe me. So I just forced him.
You played your part right.
So I need to. So girls, you need to play your card right. To find a moment just to be in time. Before, after the 2nd child, but before the 3rd. I suppose.
Okay. And here's my next question, also a secret question. I just want to take an interview. Okay, I need a guy, please. Daurian, yes? Okay. You are Tom Cruise tonight. And my question is, what would you be if you were not famous? And what profession would you choose?
What profession would I choose if
If you wouldn't be, if you're not a doctor.
And I'm Tom Cruise, yes?
Yes.
Okay, Tom Cruise.
Please, Tom Cruise.
Let me imagine. I think if Tom Cruise, white guy in the United States, wouldn't be an actor, he will go for another high paid professions, for example, doctor, lawyer, or what else? Doctor, lawyer. Also,
How he dance? How he dance in the films?
How he dance? No, I didn't say. I think he danced gorgeously. So I think I would be a lawyer. Yes. Is it sufficient answer? Yeah, lawyer.
Okay.
You look like a lawyer.
Okay. answer, okay. I want to ask one question. It's better to be like a woman to come here and volunteer. So I can pick up just. Go ahead.
I wasn't expecting this. I'm a grammarian.
That doesn't show you.
Okay.
You're Julianne Moore. She also won an Oscar nomination Best Actress for the performance to Alice. And my question is, can you talk about that one defining moment when you knew you wanted to be actress?
I'm trying to picture this actress. I think I know who she is. Does she have red hair?
Yeah.
Okay, that's her. The defining moment I decided to be an actress. First I decided to be a doctor. So I went to medical school and I spent hours and hours studying. I went to the lab and I went to the hospital. And then I was actually interning in a hospital and a very cute guy came as a patient. And he said, "Juliana, you're so pretty. You should be an actress." And that moment was defining for me. I decided to forget about the last 15 years I spent studying to be a doctor. And I thought, well, why not? If I don't get an academic award, I can become a surgeon again. So I decided to use this chance and to go to audition. And now I'm receiving this academy award. So thank you, this random guy in the hospital. He just changed my life.
So let me conclude. In 1966, at the broadcasting of Academy Awards, ceremony took place in color. This allowed the viewers at home to experience the dazzling allure of the event. After that, there was no looking back, and the popularity of the award ceremony reached insurmountable heights. Today, Oscars are telecasted internationally, reaching movie fans in over 200 countries. Since 2002, the awards have been broadcast from the Kodak Theatre, mesmerizing the local as well as international audience. So that's the end. Thank you for your attention. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, I hope you enjoyed our table topic session. We had usual record number of speakers tonight. A quick 30 seconds exercise. Once again, I would like to ask you to return to your ballots and brief evaluations. At the bottom, there's a last ballot for the best table topics speaker. Okay, so the first line. I can, if you wouldn't mind standing up as I say your name. So Davlet was the first speaker. Ilyas was the second speaker. Araylan was the third speaker. Mohamed was the fourth. Yernur, I think, Yernur, yeah, Yernur was the fifth speaker. Okay, Almas, Buralay, Daurient, and Gohar. So please vote for, I usually say, whoever spoke to you, right? We are, I'm less competitive, I guess, but okay. And while you do that, I wanted to ask people who are helping maintain this meeting to give their reports, their dreadful reports tonight. And the first one is Araylan, our counter, who's going to give a report on the numbers of O's and other filler words that we use tonight. Thank you.
My first person who I count was Alia, 34R, and 6 so, and 5 Gauhar 4R, Andrei good job. Nursultan 4 you know. Ilyas 10 R and 5 you know. Daulet 11 R. Asel 6 R. Araylon, it's me. Like, thank you for Alia, who's evaluating me.
You don't have to sell them, just for your...
7 N's and 4 R and so 1. Mohammed is 2 R, Yernur is 6 R, Gauhar is 3 R. Good job, well done.
Thank you very much. Our grammarian, Gauhar, would like to give a report on how many times we use the word of the day. Did we play our cards right?
Thank you. Thank you. Let's start with the word of the day. So Ania used it a couple of times. Thank you. It was used by Asel, Almas, Kuralai, and our guest in a blue shirt. Let me go to our prepared speakers. Sultan, very good command of English. I have a few comments. You said situation made me to think. It should be situation made me think. So no 2 there. Our mother raised us in the best way she can. It should be our mother raised us in the best way she could. The guys were older than we. That sounds wrong. It should be guys were older than us, or the guys were older than we were. And you said, I think you said anger. It should be express anger. Ilyas. Many comments here. Okay. One of the mistakes you do very often, you make very often, is the sequence of words in a sentence. So you said we have here a lot of nerves. It should be we have a lot of nerves here. I think you said who understands what about am I talking? Who understands what I'm talking about? And when you use gestures, don't say this one. It sounds really wrong. This one. Just say this. When you're doing this, don't say one. Again, the sequence of words. Angela Merkel. Do you know? It should be. You can make a pause like Angela Merkel. Do you know her? Or do you know I say, is that Angela or I don't know her name, sorry. Speaking to someone, it's not, I think you said speaking someone. Pronunciation mistake, it should be comfortable, not comfortable. And another pronunciation mistake, it should be philosophy, not philosophy. Don't get good command of English. I really like to your use of the word to manifest a thorough preparation. You said manifest decent preparation. I don't know about if it works here. I think decent has a slightly negative connotation, but I might be wrong. I don't know. Like it sounds a bit negative to me. I don't know. Our table topics, most of them were very good with using good English. Mohammed, thank you for introducing this phrase to us. No life without a wife. I'm going to use that. So thank you for that. Almas, again, a great answer, but there are a couple of comments. You said I have 16 years. Should be. What did I write here? Sorry. You said I was so scary. I might have misheard it. I think it should be I was scared. Well, maybe you were scary, but I don't know. I think Johnny Depp can be scary. He's too good looking for that. And Kuralai, you said get back to Aniston. I think it should be get back together with Jennifer Aniston. So thank you. It was a great meeting.
And the final report of our timer, and we'll still have 5 minutes to announce the winners.
started on time our meeting. First was Nursultan. This was a funny story about you. So you did right, so you did well, 6 minutes and 55 seconds. So then Ilyas, I didn't count you.
Great. Thank you.
You did a great job. Dalet, you 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Evaluation of Nursultan. Then table topic master session came and Asil, you were 80 minutes, around 80 minutes. Then Dalet came and your time is 1 minute 39 seconds. Then Ilyas, 2 minutes 10 seconds. Aralin, 1 minute and 19 seconds. Mohammed, 1 minute 37 seconds. Yernur, 1 minute 31 seconds. Almas, 2 minutes 10 seconds. Coralite, 2 minutes 21 seconds. Dauren, 1 minute and 10 seconds. Gauhar, 1 minute 25 seconds. Aralin, 1 minute 8 seconds. And Gauhar, 3 minutes 40 seconds.
That's it? Thank you. That is incredible, sorry. We had the most incredible tie ever because it kept going like this. So I'll quickly announce the best table topics speaker of tonight. And the reason I say it's a tie because it is a tie, and we literally had, thank you, I said, I already was going to announce the winner, one winner, but we have 2 winners tonight, and 2 wonderful ladies who played Angelina Jolie and Julianne Moore, my 2 favorite actresses. So congratulations, Gauhar and Coralite. Well done, ladies. Thank you to those of you who volunteered and filled out these ballots. Maybe we'll continue with this practice, and our speakers received valuable feedback. I saw there usually exclamation marks, which is great. As a conclusion, we'll just quickly announce the call for new roles. I believe we're completely blank for our next meeting, which is going to be on March 9th. Next Wednesday. So are there any speakers, any volunteers for the roles that you've seen today? Accounter, timer, grammarian, table topics master? Speaker. Okay. Guest speaker?
No,
Icebreaker? Okay. Yes. Any other speakers? Coralite. Yay. Okay, sorry. We just have... if you're doing an icebreaker speech, please make sure you ask for a mentor from one of our members or team leaders. Any other speakers? No? Okay. Well, later. Any volunteers for evaluator for what Doleb did tonight? Evaluator?
I could be one.
Okay, great. Anyone else? Okay, sold. Table topics. Okay. We'll sell it later. I guess we're all tired, and it's exactly 9 p.m. We'll finish our meetings. Oh, did you want to volunteer? Yeah. Okay, so can you come up after the meeting and give your contact details? So we'll adjourn the meeting with this. Thank you all very much for such an exciting session today. Thank you.